Hi, my name is Ian McGill. I'm in your Speech 1608-10436 class. This is my persuasive speech on how online poker should be legal. I hope you enjoy. By now, I'm sure that the recent FBI closures of popular poker websites such as PokerStars, Full Tilt, Ultimate Bet, they probably affected you or someone you know. Fact of the matter is, there's too many people that play online poker. Pokerspace.com shows that last October 32 million new U.S. players entered the online poker scene. And these are new players. This doesn't account for all the players that were there before this. And even if you don't even play online poker, you're probably aware of all the television shows such as Poker After Dark, Poker Round 2. There are a lot of shows that are based on just showing online poker or poker in person. The fact of the matter is, poker is one of America's most beloved games, right next to baseball and football. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to see an old Western film without a saloon and a poker game running. I mean, a lot of us love that movie Tombstone, mainly for how Doc Holliday acted during all those poker games that they played, so it is one of America's richest histories. I honestly believe the FBI made a big mistake in shutting down online poker for a number of reasons. Instead of shutting down the websites, they really should have considered legalization. And I'll get to the reasons for that in a bit. As well as, many of these websites have simply just moved elsewhere. And last but not least, playing poker online is a harmless act. First, let's see why legalization makes more sense. It's not a surprise that our economy is in the toilet. I mean, this again, it's not something that's very difficult to see. I mean, many of us have lost jobs, pensions, even seen our life savings go up in smoke. The government is desperately trying anything they can do to try to stimulate the economy. The stimulus package planned to create 28,000 jobs for every $1 billion spent in Florida. And this is according to WTSP.com. Online poker revenue could have funded our government through taxation. With online poker legalized, our government could have simply taxed the websites. In 2009, online poker revenues pushed $5.9 billion. Billion. That's crazy that we didn't tax that. And that's according to GetPokerNews.com. With legalization, many new U.S.-founded poker websites could have sprung up. This would have created new jobs and stimulated an already proven economical niche. Now let's look at the biggest consequence of the recent FBI closures. Online poker websites have simply moved elsewhere. They didn't stop, they just moved. Instead of capitalizing on this income, government pushed them out the door. PokerStars is relocated to the UK according to their new website, pokerstars.eu. Ultimate Bet is now in the Philippines. Potentially new jobs are now abroad. I mean, it seems like every time the government gets involved, our jobs get outsourced. Unless they revoke their actions, there's no chance a U.S.-founded online poker site is going to come up, meaning no new jobs. They pretty much closed the door on that. Their action to relocate their business proves that they're not going to be stopped. If the online poker sites simply relocate, Americans will still be able to access them on the internet. Now it's going to be impossible for the U.S. to regulate online poker. The only way they can punish those for playing is at an individual-by-individual level. I mean, this is not a good thing to bring up, but I mean, it's kind of, I'll let you decide. If the government came out and said that they're going to punish teenagers for smoking marijuana, do you think that's going to stop teenagers from smoking marijuana? No. They still do. It's already illegal, yet they still smoke. Same thing with poker. It's not going to stop it. It's just going to relocate it and lose our money. So, now let's look at the game of poker itself. The fact of the matter is, poker is a harmless game. Other forms of gambling, such as slots and blackjack, you play against the house in statistically unfair odds. Poker allows you to play at fair odds against other opponents. And the great thing about that is, You're not playing against the house, so the house doesn't care who wins. They have no preference. There's no unfairness to it. And one of the biggest things is poker is a game of skill. It's not luck. The easiest way for me to prove this without having to do any kind of statistical analysis is poker professionals exist. I mean, how can you become a professional in something that's only luck? There has to be an element of skill to it. Games of skill can be played for cash prizes. This is not considered gambling. I mean, anyone who's ever been to a really competitive chess match has seen that. There's a cash prize. There's some kind of prize, and it's a game of skill. That's not illegal. Same thing with poker. It's a game of skill. In conclusion, the reasons the FBI had for closing down these websites were very simple. They simply were not making any money from them. This was just not a good reason to close down the websites. I mean, sure, you're not making any money, but there's ways to make money. You just have to look at it from a different angle. You shouldn't have just shut down something because you didn't like what they were doing. If you can make money, you need to, especially in this economy. It's very important to capitalize on anything that will bring in any kind of income or stimulate this economy. Poker, $5.9 billion a year and rising. That's crazy. That is a proven amount of money. It's not a fluke. It's rising every single year. And to just get rid of that, to just push it out the door, send it to somebody else's country, that's like saying, hey, I don't want all this money. You take it. That's not a smart way of doing business, and the FBI had absolutely no part in just pushing them out the door like that. Legalization of online poker would have been a substantially big chunk of taxable money for the government, leading to new jobs and a stimulated economy. And it is and always will be impossible to stop online poker from being played in the United States. I mean, you're not going to stop it. It's already happening. It's never going to stop. We're going to just access them from different countries. So, and online poker should not be treated the same way as any other form of gambling because it is a game of skill. It's not a game of luck, and that's kind of the biggest thing that when you play slots and you play poker, that's the biggest difference. One's completely luck, one's completely skill. You're not going to have a slots professional. No. It's quite clear after reviewing all this material that the government needs to legalize online poker and hope that these websites will return to the U.S. I mean, we feel this.